Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Karen.
You too, Eris.
Hey, Sue.
How are you?
Good. Glad you made it.
I know.
Let's see. Hi, Pat. Oh, you might be muted. I don't know.
Doesn't look like it.
No?
Doesn't look like it, but I can't hear her.
Hello.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
there
are.
you are.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my second love note with sleeves on the barber cords, but I did finish the bottom.
Nice.
Yes.
What a
I
pretty
know.
color.
It's so nice, but it's so light that I'm wondering if actually I need to add length because it might just float away.
Hmm.
So even though I bound off, we'll see once I get the sleeves on, I'll see what the finished is like. But
Oh, undoing a bind off. No fun.
in this fluffy yarn, yeah. So we'll hope for the best. Keep fingers crossed. Let's
So what is the
see.
cowl you have on over it?
Oh, this is my new little design. Um,
Cute.
it's a brioche. It's a little bit of a brioche kerchief, and it just ties in the back, so you can turn it around this way too. And I'm working on my second one, and then I'll probably do a third one, and then I'll get some testers who might make it up too, and then maybe get a pattern published early this summer-ish.
Wow,
How fun.
that's exciting.
Congratulations.
Just a
What baby?
little bitty thing, so it's kind of like a good thing for those leftover bits of fingering, and if you, I suppose, if you were really like excited, you could just keep on keeping on if you had a full skein and make a shawl size. But I've been have a notebook all filled with my with my notes and scribbles. So hi, Teresa. Good to see you. Got a few more folks coming in. Beth's there. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
And Gwen. Hi, Gwen.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Ooh, what have you got on there, Vickie? That's pretty.
This Vicky?
Yeah. So
Hi.
far, you're our
Yeah.
only Vickie right now. You are the
Okay.
solo.
Well, I knew that last week somebody was working on this one. It's the salty air tea, so I thought I would bring the one that I made last summer.
That's so
So,
pretty. That's Karen who has
Yep,
that.
here it
Yeah.
is. It's growing.
woohoo! You're gonna love it. It's so nice.
Oh, it looks, I love
Mm.
all that's what I'm doing, all the color,
That
all
part.
the pattern right now. It's hard
So
to
pretty.
see
Yeah,
because it's all squished up on this needle, but
exactly. So it fits really
oh,
nice.
that's so pretty.
I used one skein there, because this is I had to get my Ravelry page. Dream in color, smushy with yarn. I mean smushy with cashmere. There you go. And
Mm.
so I used the one on that skein, and then when I get to here, then I did every other row, you know.
Oh, it looks pretty.
Thanks. I really like it. You'll like it a lot. It's like, but once you get past this fun part, then you're like,
Yeah, just knitting, knitting, knitting.
long, long.
That's okay. This yarn is really, I'm really, really liking it. It's the Rowan Cash Soft Merino. So it's wool and a little bit of cashmere in there. And
There you
it's
go.
it's just really squishy and lovely to work with. Thank you, Iris, for helping me pick this out in person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was
So
very
fun.
exciting.
Well, I have to tell you all the cutest story. this week, one of our local gals came in. Hi, Barbara, because Barbara loves to, even though she didn't do the love note, I think she said she was finished, she was blocking her gambit, but she doesn't often attend the Zooms, and sometimes she comes in person, but you know, lots going on. Anyway, she came in and she was sharing that she keeps up with our recorded Zooms here. So she's been following along with us, even though she's not knitting along with us. And she added the such a great detail, which is that her sister, who also lives with her, will, you know, walk by when she's watching the recorded Zoom. And like this past week, she was like, how come nobody's talking right now? And Barbara was like, well, they're just hanging out and knitting right now. That's why. But also Barbara added that, you know, her sister's like picking up a little of this knitting knowledge, just sort of tangentially at the peripheries. And I was like, well, Barbara, are you going to make a knitter out of her? And she's like, oh no, she's a painter. She's got other things to do. She's very clear. She is not here for the knitting. But I just wanted you all to know that, you know, we're connecting with people out there that we don't even know we are connecting with, right? So anyway, thanks for watching, Barbara and her sister. That's fun.
Sweet.
Hi, Mary Ellen, how are ya? Oh, you're muted, I think.
Hi there, sorry.
That's okay.
Does Vickie have another handmade sweater on?
Yeah, tell us about it, Vickie.
It's very pretty.
Me again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary Ellen hopped in a little late, so we'll just fill her in.
Oh,
Well-
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I knew that Karen was knitting the she said last week the salty air tea. So I thought I'll just wear mine because I love the final result of it. And yeah, it's just it's a great pattern. So
The color looks great on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
thanks.
Very pretty.
Thanks. I'm like,
And it is a really fun pattern. I agree.
it is. Yeah.
And Beth, you've got your grid gambit on. It must mean
Yeah.
that it's a little chilly down there where you
Yeah,
are in
it's chilly and
Pennsylvania.
rainy, so I thought I'd throw it on, keep my neck warm.
Mhm.
Good idea.
Yep, we're getting that here too.
Yeah, it's like, when are we ever gonna be rid of this?
Come south. It's nice and toasty down here.
I'd be very happy for some toasty right now.
Come
I
on.
had to put the heat on this morning.
Yeah,
It was so cold.
I had the windows open yesterday, and then last night I had to go around and close them all because I knew it was supposed to get so cold overnight.
Oh,
Well, we've had Tornado Alley here in Missouri, so
Oh, yeah.
we
and it
heard.
was really warm, but now it's like cold and super windy. And so, you know, I'm not used to the chilly temperatures when it's 60 degrees and the wind's blowing so hard. It's like, it's cold.
Yeah.
So.
Well, does anybody have any love note updates for us?
I'm almost through my lace.
Woo!
I know. I was hoping to be finished with the lace part. This has taken me the longest time. I'm not a fast knitter anyway. And it's not, and I've totally enjoyed what I've been doing and the whole pattern, but it's like life has gotten in the way the last couple weeks. I've been to 5 wakes, funerals, just came home from one to get home. It's like, I'm just done and I want everything to stop so I can just sit and knit and enjoy what I'm doing.
Hard.
But it's getting, I can't really stare it.
Oh, it's pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Nice color.
I like that.
Love
color, too.
that.
Thank you.
Nice work. And maybe you'll get some time just to slow down here a little bit and take a breather from all of that.
I hope so.
Well, I finished mine and it's upstairs blocking, so I
Yeah.
just have to, after it's dries, then I'm gonna stitch the ends in and I'll take a picture to send off.
Awesome. That would be great. We've had some great pictures coming in, finished and in process, which is great. Just nice to see everybody's work. The other day, I took a picture of one of our local gals, Polly. She used a colorway from On the Round on plush single that is called Abalone, and it is very, very special color. I think it's a newer color. I believe it came in the fall around the same time as that Season of the Witch that everybody got so excited about. And abalone, it just really is like a shell. There's a little pink, there's a little bit of blue undertone. It just does feel sort of iridescent. And Polly was holding it together with like a very, very pale, let's see, how can I describe it? Like a delicate pink, but a little more towards mauve. And so it just was absolutely beautiful in person. And I don't even think my picture captured it too much, but I'm going to put that picture in this week's email. And if you miss it, then it'll definitely be in the slideshow. But boy, it's so fun to see everybody's coming together. And she was really pleased with how it was turning out. And I think she was just about to maybe start on sleeves.
Nice.
Well, I finished mine. And I sent you a picture, Iris.
Yeah.
And so this is, I don't know if you can see it. I probably made it one size too big, so when I do another one, I'll go down a size. But I like the way it's so drapey. It almost doesn't matter. But on the neck, what I ended up doing is the 5 rows that you did, I think on number 7 needles. And then it was too tight. I couldn't fit it over my head. I took those out and then I just bound off with the size 10 and never did anything further with the neck. And it's nice and wide and I like it that way. So
those colors are just so beautiful. And that you said that was Neighborhood Fiber Company, I believe.
Yeah, I have a lot of trouble choosing the mohair to go with the colors that I have. And I really went out on a ledge with this. But I loved like this green. I don't know if you really can see it. It's just a very different green. And I put it with this, which is also Neighborhood Fiber Company. And I love the way it came out. Nothing sort of overtook the other color, because that's what I have trouble with. Sometimes my mohair completely overtakes the fingering weight or vice versa. But I love the way this came out, and I don't know why it came out the way I liked it, but it did. So yeah. So those were nice colors. And I have enough left to make my sister one because she has ordered one now from me.
It's such a tricky business pairing those mohairs. And I think that was one of the biggest challenges of this knit along was we can make our best guess. And so far we haven't seen one that has been a dud. But sometimes it turns out a little different than you think. And for the person who really wants to be dialed in before they purchase, which, we've got to be thinking about that. But sometimes you don't know until you start your swatch.
And I'm not a good swatcher. So, because I had knitted, it was called the Laura pullover, I think. And it was a Madeline Tosh base. It was called Black Velvet. And it was a beautiful gray with very bright sort of fuchsia. And I married that with a fuchsia mohair. But you would think it'd be, and it is nice, but the mohair completely overtook the gray. So it's like I have a bright fuchsia sweater, which is it's very pretty, but it's not what I was looking for. So it's a learning curve, I guess, huh?
Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Sorry I'm late. Just got back from PT.
Okay, well, nice to see ya. Just chatting about mohair and how everything changes when you pair it with something, like this. It's a sort of a, I would say, more of an art than a science, because you sort of can get some unexpected results that usually turn out pretty cool. Also, on that topic, I'll show you. So I'm working on a second one of this little brioche kerchief that I'm wearing. And this one is a sort of crazy one with lots of bright colors. And I just kind of, so it's turning out heavier because I am holding this very, very intense, it's called Electric Orchid. It's by the Wandering Flock, and it's beautiful. But so overall, this is going to be A, larger, and B, less drapey than this one, but just having fun. And I had all these leftover mini skeins that were very bright fluorescent colors, and I took one of them, which is this one, which is, I mean, that's a wow, bright, bright.
Mhm.
And I would say, if I don't know if it's coming through, but to me, it's a very sort of green teal. Like there's definite green here. Well, wait till you see what it looks like held with that hot pink mohair that I'm holding throughout. That is this section, which
Oh,
I would
wow.
say
Wow.
is blue
Wow.
purple.
Really?
Like, and then just to compare, it's the same yarn, but how that purple plays with it, it just really brings out more of a periwinkle undertone. So like, whoa.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty beautiful.
Mhm.
The fuzz tends to be the key. You know, the fuzz on the mohair blends with whatever other fiber or the other yarn that you're using, and it changes that color. I used a dark gray alpaca years ago, and I put a turquoise, variegated turquoise mohair with it. It was the most gorgeous thing ever, but you would never have known that was a dark charcoal because the turquoise
They changed it.
variation came through, but it was beautiful and soft and comfy. So it's true. It's a science more than a happy accident.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Any other love note updates, or just we can open it up? What are you knitting on right now? Love to hear about it.
What about yours, Iris? Do you have
Um,
finished one on? Is that your?
oh, so this one I still have my little my barber cords on my underarm.
Oh,
I finished the bottom, and so I've got to get it on sleeves. I have my little shorty needles at the ready, but I haven't picked up the sleeves yet because I was like, oh, I don't want to try to be counting on the Zoom, but it's ready to go, and I'm hoping to get those sleeves started, and hoping not to make myself really super crazy trying to be bananas about color blending on these sleeves. So we'll see what I can do.
the color is really pretty on you.
Really like it. Now I'm kind of like looking at it with short sleeves going, maybe short sleeves after all. I don't know.
Your other one has 3/4 sleeves, right?
It does. And I like a 3/4 sleeve a lot. I do. But we'll see. If I really can't like build a bridge to this color matching sleeves, maybe I'll go back to the idea of short sleeves.
I worked a lot on mine this weekend, my green one.
Ooh.
So I did try it on and it's going to fit, which is good. That's always a plus, especially my track record. Oh, hold on a second. It's like turned inside out, halfway inside out. Here we go. Okay. Now it doesn't look like it because it's all, all stretched out.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
beautiful.
I'm at the length it says to be at, but
Mhm,
I put it on and I'm going to make it longer. It's longer,
mhm.
it'll be longer than my pink one, which the pink one is great. I love it. And I got this far on one sleeve. So I'm
Nice.
getting there. I just have to get that sleeve done.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. And remind us of your yarn again. I can't remember.
So this is, oh, I have some in here. It is called Concept Pro Coton. Coton?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Pro Coton? Something like that. And it is all cotton, but it's got this little fuzz to it.
Yeah.
And it really works up more like almost more like a wool.
Wow.
Mm.
And
it's
is it fingering or a little heavier because of that fluff?
it's technically a DK.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's
Okay.
technically a DK. It is they had different colors in the shop I was in. They had like a bright blue. They had a yellow, but it was sold out. I only got to see what it looked like on a sample. They had a bright orange that they had done in a ranunculus. And I liked it in the
Ooh.
ranunculus and I liked the way it felt. And I thought, well, since the ranunculus is very similar to the Love Note in structure and style and whatnot, I thought that would be a good one for the Love Note because I know how to do the Love Note.
Yay.
But I struggled with the lace on this one. It was my brain. It wasn't the yarn. It wasn't anything else. It was my brain and the lace.
Oh dear.
So I had some issues with that. That was just weird. You know, it wasn't like the yarn's been fun to work with. It's not, it moves. It's not stiff, you know, like cottons can be, or like linen can be stiff,
Right.
like on it, but then you wash it or whatever and it all becomes nice and soft. Yeah, this is just soft all along. I don't know how it's going to wear, so we'll have to see how that works, but it's nice.
I love the color.
Yeah. And
Love the color.
when I was looking at colors, because they had those brighter colors for like summer, and they also had a pretty navy with that kind of cream in the background. The navy was nice, but I thought this would be good like 3 seasons, spring, summer, fall, because of the color of the green that it is. So that's why I chose that one.
It's such a beautiful sort of like watery green. Like I'm thinking like a beautiful Monet water lilies or something.
Yeah, yeah. And it's been real, like I said, it's been fun to work with. And it doesn't stick like mohair sticks when you have to undo. So that's there's a slight stick, but not like mohair can be sticky. So
a bonus.
Yeah. So I'm still working on my little sweater, so hopefully that'll be done soon. And I can give that off to the gifty. Yes, gifty. So that's where I am. I got one sleeve done and I'm working on my other sleeve. So there's my little guy. So
keep holding it up because we weren't spotlighted. Let me get that. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that's
absolutely
great.
perfect.
So I just have to get this sleeve done, sew up the sides, and then it's done. Because I was good and I tied in all my ends.
Oh, brava.
So I ended up, what was weird about this was I ended up having to do some intarsia and some carryover. You know, I have some floats back there and some of it's intarsia because I couldn't get it to work any other way. So that was weird. But
a fun puzzle for your brain.
Yes. Yes. Although I don't know if this time of the year is a good thing to have puzzles for the brain.
You're probably just trying to make it through these last few weeks.
Yes. Yes. 5 to go.
Okay.
We'll get there.
You got this.
I'll make it.
Well, yesterday something super exciting happened. We got a restock of Pheno, which everybody loves Pheno. Some people have used Pheno for their love notes.
Yeah.
So that big restock came, and we got a shipment from Barocco, and we had a new mohair that Kristen ordered last week when our rep Andra was visiting. It's called Ariel, and
I've seen
I
that.
got yeah, and what was cool is, I mean, we love the Lang lace, and I think it's pretty much the exact, it's very similar feel and base, but Lang lace comes in the colors that Lang lace comes in, you know, and that's great. But I think Rachel and maybe Kristen were also helping Kristen, the owner, as she was selecting some, so chose some different ones, and I want to show you a picture because Rachel was having fun pairing some combinations of pheno with this new mohair. So this will be coming out in your Friday email. So I'm giving you a little
Ooh, I
sneak
love
peek
it.
here.
Oh, fun.
But they are just, oh my God, just you wait. Just
Mm.
Ooh,
Oh.
right?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ah.
Listen to us. So pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
really some gorgeous ones. There's a beautiful brownish that's
Yeah.
very different than anything else we have. And so some potential combinations if you're thinking of future love notes while your love note discount is still active. And I should actually, that makes me remember, I should make sure that that Ariel is added to the discount group.
Nice. How much yardage is in the Ariel? Do you know?
Let's see. I can look that up real quick.
So this is pheno on the bottom and Ariel on the top.
It is. Yep.
Awesome.
So you get in a ball of Ariel, you get 284 yards.
Okay.
And so it's a 25 gram, 284 yards, 260 meters, and it is 1575.
And then how much yardage in the pheno?
In the pheno, I feel like the
So
pheno
is
is
it 2
almost
to
5.
1? Essentially 2 to
Pheno.
1? Because I think
Pheno is
pheno
there's
bit.
so much on pheno, it's almost
Yeah.
500
I was
yards.
gonna say
Yeah,
it's
Wow.
500, so it'd be
Oh,
like
wow.
2 to 1, right?
yeah. So 490 on the pheno. And yeah, so almost 3. Yeah, so yep, you're right.
Is that a mohair
Yes,
blend or?
it
Sorry.
is. It's mohair blend. Actually, let me stop share. I'm looking at our website right now, and I'll share the website picture because then you can see that pretty brown that I was talking about too.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
oh
yeah.
my
Oh,
goodness,
yeah.
drool.
I know, and
Yeah,
and what's
really.
and this persimmon or cayenne, I guess it's called. I mean, that is a real zinger,
pretty.
but
Hot pepper.
so perfect for a summery kind of a feeling.
Yeah.
And this one really had Rachel's heart. She had to go. I think she might have had to go home with a couple of these babies, but I mean, this is like,
Oh, is
to me,
that
this looks
pretty?
like, sari silk, like a dupion, a beautiful, rich
Yes.
dupioni or
Yes.
sari. It's just so nice. So,
Nice.
Oh,
so many
wow.
good ones.
That's
Pretty.
amazing. Look at that periwinkle down there, but what's it called? It's
Oh,
eggplant and foxglove.
eggplant. There's
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh.
So pretty.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know. I know. Ooh, and then look at midnight.
Drool,
Look at this
drool.
beautiful, like soft gray blue, right?
Nice.
Mm,
Wow.
lovely.
She just keeps buying more yarn that we want to buy. I guess she's, Kristen, she's
got a
pretty
good
good at her
eye.
job.
Oh, she's got a good eye.
She really does. So just in time, last minute love notes.
I
Any
worked a
girly
lot with
thoughts?
the Ariel before, and when you buy more yarn, if people like it, in your store, they also have what's called Ariel color. So it's a variegated mohair, just like the skeins of what you're buying now are, and they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful yarn.
That may be
cool.
what I used when I paired it with that charcoal gray. That
The
label
color,
is sounding
Ariel
familiar.
color.
Yes, it was a variegated, and I'm telling you, it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's beautiful. I'm using it right now with a navy blue on a vest that I'm doing, and it's beautiful.
Good tip. Thanks, Sue.
Have to get me some of that.
Will anybody else have a little update? Mary Ellen, did you finish your cute little baby love note?
No,
Not yet.
no, but I have guests and work but I'm getting there. The thing
Oh,
with that,
It's
I'm
cute.
not sure about this is, the pattern, the sleeves are bracelet, I think, but I want it longer. I want it a little longer because you just don't know, and then they can roll them up.
Mhm.
And the same thing with the bottom. So I'm doing it longer. I'm
Mhm.
just doing what I think based on some other baby sweaters that I have here.
Sure.
I just don't want it real short. So
Yep.
I did one sleeve and I did where it said to do to the bottom, and that now I'm back on the bottom adding more to it. And I
Mhm.
have the other sleeve and the neck. So I might get it done by next week. I'm not sure.
Okay, great.
I love the color though. It's really nice for a little girl.
Awesome.
It's very cute.
That's very cute. Mm. Well, Kimberly, you working on your grid gambit, it looked like.
Okay, do you want to hear my story?
Sure, yes, we do.
It's a tale of woe.
Oh no. Oh no.
Big tale of woe. So, first of all, I ran out of my blue in section D. So I had to go buy another full skein just to finish section D. And then as I was showing it to somebody, way down yonder, I made a mistake and I had to take out over 75 rows. All of
no.
section D and C had to come out.
Oh.
And I just got it back to, I'm in now section D again. And then as I was looking at it last night, talking to Dennis, I realized, you know how you have to put the yarn in front when you're going back so it doesn't show on the front side? I had 3 that I had to bring back down and re-knit them to put that carry yarn in the back. So now I'm down to my last 32 rows. But I don't think, even though it's a different dye lot than the original blue, when I had to take it back, I started with the new yarn that I bought instead of putting in the old yarn. So I think so I don't know if you can tell that there's a variation in the color of the blue.
No.
No.
So
Yeah.
I think so. It starts sort of light and then it looks like it's variegated from light to dark with the blue now.
Perfect.
But but the funny part of it is I had enough of the pink, but not enough of the blue. So this is when I put in the new color, this is what I had left of the old color. But when I knit with this, before I started with new, I got just shy of section D. So I just decided when I had to take it back, I was going to use the new yarn from that point forward. So I don't know what I'll do with the yarn after I'm done with this, but.
Well, Iris is working on a new little scarfy thing here that might be just perfect for your leftover yarn.
Oh, Kimberly, I'm so sorry for that. That is a tale of woe.
Yes.
Well, it's all in good humor. So the friend that I had that helped me take it out, she brought me up on her projects that she was pulling her hair out. She used to go to this yarn shop and ask for help, and then she would get billed $5 just to ask a question. And so she decided that she had made so many mistakes that she didn't want to do it anymore. So she found it and she gave it to me to finish. So all I had to do was take out 5 rows and put it back on the needles to put the pattern back in. And I'm just like, for somebody that's not experienced trying to do lace leaves and doing, so one end is lace leaves and then in the middle is a double seed stitch and then you go back to lace leaf. If you're not used to doing yarn overs and you're doing it on both sides and doing a different stitch in the middle, that you have to pay attention to when the pattern changes. That, so I got it back on the needles, but it's not something that I'll be working on until I get this guy done. But I'm so close to the end now. But
The
she
end
couldn't
is in
believe how
sight.
calm I was. She could not believe how calm I was taking out those 75 rows. And I said to her, this is a present for somebody. Do you think that my work is going to go out the door with a mistake in it?
That's
So-
the spirit. You go, girl.
Yeah,
right.
you go,
Right.
Kimberly.
We're all like,
But
"Woo!"
you know, ladies, I've been working diligently on the blanket of the month thing.
Oh yeah.
I got to the May blocks, which are cables. The way they wrote the pattern does not fall right. So they have the chart, and so when they're doing cables, instead of lining up row 1 and row 2, you work row 1 and it ends, but then you have to start row 2 and you have to work backwards the way that they wrote the pattern. So I have to rewrite the pattern so I can do the cables. And I'm like, no.
This is
So
the
that's been
Barocco,
sitting-
the Barocco mystery
Yeah,
blanket, if
this-
anybody
this-
didn't know.
So this month it's the cables. So I figured it out. I was so excited to get these blocks because I've done every single other block. They're all done. So now it's just sitting there and I'm sitting there going, yeah, lost my thunder. So I gotta get
Oh,
it back.
that's really a bummer. I can't believe they would do that to you.
Well, I don't understand when people write cable patterns, they say read them from right to left,
Mm-hmm.
but then they wrote the pattern. The first row was right to left, and then the second row was left to right. So they weren't. So when you're trying to read across, because I'm not a chart person, so then I had to transpose the next row to make it fall from the row before.
Wow.
I
was
think
like,
that's because it wasn't knit in the round, right? It's just knit straight.
it's knit straight, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's when you have a chart and it's not in the round, they go from left to right, and then the second row is right to left.
Right.
Oh my God. It took me, I was like, I had put you know how I'm anal retentive about my markers and making sure that I use my markers to help me count. So I put the markers in and then I had to increase. And then I screwed that up because I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then I realized one was right to left and the other one was left to right. So now I'm forced to follow the chart to line up my knit and purls before I can use the cable needle.
Mm.
I'm like, oh. And then
Always
in
the
June
new
is
challenges, right?
I know, but in June it's another cable pattern, and I'm like, oh, if I can get through these cables, I don't know.
But by then
Hopefully
you'll be an
these-
old hat at it. By then you'll know how it goes.
So I figured after I finish the grid gambit, I'll go back and do those 2 blocks. And it's not the end of May yet, so I still got time before June comes out. So those are my tale of woe for this month.
Oh, whoa. Oh, man.
Here.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, so I don't have any love note to show today. I finished it, it's on the blocking mat. So I will get some pictures of that and I'll also have it for next week.
Yeah.
But what I have been working on is another shawl. Of
Oh,
course,
pretty.
Beautiful.
Very
So
pretty.
I'm doing the Stephen West yarn along again this summer. So this is the first month. the yarn is this cool merino linen blend, which is not a blend that I usually see, but it's been very pleasant to work with. It's got like the stretch and the softness of the merino, but kind of like a more rustic look from the linen, which is cool. So I've been really enjoying it.
Is that
So
his,
I am.
is that his brick pattern?
This is the achievement badge shawl. So it's
Yeah.
like exclusive to the yarn along for now, and then he releases all those patterns for individual purchase and like later in the year usually.
Those
I've
colors
been
are
seeing a lot of, yeah, hold up the colors one more time for us. Been seeing a lot. Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
It's pretty.
It's so
Wow.
Very
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah,
Oh,
the theme is Camp Craft this year. So I think the colors are doing a really good job with that vibe that he's going for.
So how did you find out about the Stephen West knit-alongs?
Email.
Oh.
I've subscribed to his emails.
Oh, good to know.
And
And
is it,
like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say, is it his yarn or what's the brand on the?
This one is his yarn. Usually he
Okay.
also features some other dyers that he likes in the kits. Like the next one's not his yarn. I don't remember exactly what it is, but yeah.
How big is the finished size of this one?
I don't know.
We don't
I guess
know.
we'll find
Oh,
out in
it's
a couple weeks.
right, because it's a mystery. Duh. Right. Yeah.
It's
so
probably written
pretty.
somewhere, but I haven't looked.
Nice.
Very
His
nice.
patterns are so fun and so clear and easy to follow. I love that.
Yeah, I bought
Always-
his kit for the brick shawl, and I bought it like 3 to 4 years ago, and it's still in my trunk waiting for me to do it.
This could be your summer with it.
Could be.
yarn doesn't go bad.
Wow. Wait, was that you, Vickie, that said that?
The next
Oh,
quote.
could be a good quote of the night.
I don't know. I don't think I'll be giving away any more stash anytime soon with the way the prices are going up.
Yeah, it's true.
Iris, you should tell Kristen that email that she wrote explaining
Mm.
everything about the tariffs was one awesome email.
It was.
You should let her know that.
Yeah.
I will
That
for
must have
sure
been-
let her. Yeah.
It must have been tough for her to write it.
She said it was hard. It was hard because, just it's a tough subject. And I think, like she said, who wants to be writing this email or this blog post? It's would rather be knitting, but I thought it was great. And again, to be transparent, like we don't have all the answers, but here's what we know for right now, and it might change, and that as more information comes out or whatever, she'll update that post. So yeah, I will make sure to let her know. Thanks for saying that, Kimberly.
So are you going to be doing Zoom this summer, or is after this knit along is the Zoom stuff over on Wednesdays?
We're gonna do finish along. So that will. I'm working on getting the sign up thing going for that. I haven't quite finalized that, but finish along will start June 8th, and I think I'm gonna aim for like 2 Zooms a month and a couple emails a month. Like I don't want to barrage people, and also summer gets busy for everybody, but I'll have all the dates for the Zooms lined up so people can get them on their calendar, and we can check in and catch up on the project and the progress and see what everybody's working on. But yeah.
Is
So we'll
there
have
a
some.
way that when you put the Zoom information in an email that it can be like a calendar invite so people can just move it onto their calendar so they don't forget to join like me?
I can't do that from our email program. I actually had thought about that, but it doesn't integrate that way, at least as far as I know, but I can look into that because that's a nice idea. I'll
Or,
check again. Last time I looked, but you know how they're always updating things, right? And then, you find out, oh, that's available.
well, if you have a core group of women that participate, you can create the email request in Zoom, and then everybody has the calendar invite from Zoom to put on their calendar, even though you still have the link in the email. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll see what I can figure out. But that's a good thought. Vickie S, are you working on a little gnome part right now or something else?
So I'm working on, I'm like a 2-project person. And so this is a hat that I just finished. So I dried it on that thing, but it's got a little leaf on it.
Cute.
Cute.
That is so adorable.
It is so challenging for me because I'm not a sock person, so I've been making all these gnomes, and you can't really do it on the little 9-inch rounds like I would do a sock. You have to use either double points or the oh, what is that one?
Magic glue.
Magic glue. Yeah. So I don't do that. So anyway, so it's got the little ladder in there. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Backwards. But this got little flowers.
Do you
So
block them? Do you block them?
I did. So this is blocked.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of stuck it on this. She gives you little hints of how to
Oh,
block.
well, clever.
Oh, sorry, I can't get the left and right all like, ah. So I'm gonna put it with this yarn for the body. This is my body yarn.
Oh,
It's on my collected. I can't even tell you where it's from, but this is the hat. So it's my little spring plant one. She's doing a mystery knit along out of her book. Not mystery. It's so I knit along this month out of her book, but I wanted to do spring. So
love it.
yeah, I just finished the hat. Now that I've been kind of I put them on my Instagram and it's really funny. People are like, oh, so what's your next gnome? And the funny thing is I'm not a huge gnome person, but I love joining these knit-alongs and meeting new people. And so that's the fun for me because, like you guys, we're all from around the country. And with that one, they're from all over the world. And people are crazy gnome people. And then they write little stories for their gnomes. And
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's just a lot of fun. So I guess I'll have to continue for the year.
yeah. I mean, and now you might be a gnome person. Like,
Yeah, I know. But I'm working on a sweater too. I guess I've had to move on to another project since we were done with our sweater.
What's your new one
That
like?
on is pretty. I like
Huh?
the sweater you're wearing. That's very pretty.
Thanks.
So that you came a little late, Teresa, but I'll just pop in and say, like, it's really cool because Vickie wore that top because Karen, who's on the Zoom, is making that top. So this is the Salty Air Tea
Right.
by Samantha Guerin.
Okay. Yep.
So there we have it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice pattern. But no, I'm working. So Joji Locatelli has a new pattern.
Ah.
And so it's making cables without a cable needle. And I thought, woohoo! Well, there's always a well with that. You want to know the name of it? That's a tricky thing. So because you're knitting flat, you start at the top and as you're knitting flat here until it's circular. So there's a lot of make one rights, make one lefts, which we all figure out how to do. But these are when you go on the wrong side, it's make one right and make one left purlwise.
Oh yeah.
So then I had to look
yeah.
that up, and I'm like, what? So yeah, it's like a very. I love learning new things, but this is what it's called, the Sailoress.
Sailoress. Okay.
That too,
Fun.
So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the make one left and right purl wise, it sort of gives your brain a real little bit of a little bender for the brain. I
Right.
mean, and what's funny to me is that it just I have to, and because in my mind, one is the easy one for me and the other is the hard one for me. And when we do them purl wise, it's flipped.
It is.
my-
I'm always looking on the other side. I'm like, look right. And so far it looks right, but I'm doing it while I watch TV. Who knits while they watch TV?
I do.
I
I
do.
do.
Yeah, me.
You have to be really careful. If my husband starts talking too much, I'm like,
Just say, hold that thought. Let me get through this row and we'll discuss it then.
I actually have knitting sessions with my boyfriend because we FaceTime because he lives in Vermont and I live here. So we'll sit and we'll talk and then I pull my knitting out. So I get a good hour's worth of knitting done while just us chit chatting.
that's
Yep.
awesome.
Nice.
My friend gave me this mug. I don't know. I hope it's not backwards.
Louder counting.
No, it's good.
Backwards.
Yes, well, I'm counting. still.
Louder counting.
Yeah, louder counting. Absolutely right.
I've done that. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Very true.
That look of intensity, it's like, don't hurry. Oh my gosh, I was trying to count stitches for a customer, a sweet customer, local goat, in the middle of knitting group. Now, should have just taken her project and gone to the quiet part of the store, but nope, I was sit down right next to her. Well, okay, so it reassured her because I had to count her stitches about like probably 4 times to, for each segment of this raglan. It was a lot of, but I kept wanting to be sure and kept wanting to be sure. But I think she felt reassured because she's like, well, now I don't feel so bad. But sometimes I count and my numbers don't match up. I'm like, yeah, well, also don't do it in knitting group. Got it sorted out. She's working on the Anchor's summer shirt that we did for our knit along a couple springs ago. And, was right at that head of course, sometimes you set down a project for a little while and then you pick it back up. And she was at the place where you're adding those little raglan increases at the underarm. And so we were just trying to discern how much, like where she was exactly. And we got her back on track just in time for her big car trip. Cause she was like, I'm going on a car and I want to like get through these raglan split for the sleeves and then I can just be easy breezy with my body stitches. So, whew. But I kind of felt like I was not doing a very good job with my counting.
That was another pattern that was really good. And I wonder how
Yes.
it would look if we married a mohair with that yarn. I bet that'd be a pretty one too.
Mhm.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
reading the other day and it reminded me of that. I thought, I wonder what this would look like with some mohair.
That's a great idea.
I don't know. I guess it's a privilege. My husband went to dinner with a friend of his Sunday night. We were down in New Jersey and we decided where they were eating was near Princeton. So we decided to stay in Princeton, right in town. And he goes off to dinner. I stayed in the room, ordered room service, and I got to knit.
Oh, how wonderful.
That sounds like a win.
I think so.
No disturbances or anything, just sit and knit.
That's right.
Ah,
Yep.
that sounds perfect. Also because, he got to have his time with his buddy.
That's right.
And, it would have been different if you had been along, right? They were
Yes.
busy catching up, I'm sure. And then you
Yep.
got to just quiet time.
Yep. It was very nice. Because when you're away, you don't think about the laundry. You don't think about that
Right.
room that needs to be cleaned. You don't think about that lunch that needs to be prepared or anything like that. So
That's right.
that was awesome.
One of our local gals was getting ready. She has 2 of the sweetest little boys, and sometimes she'll bring her younger guy in after she picks him up from preschool, and he's just a hoot. And she and her husband were going to be away for a couple of days, and she was picking out yarn for a new little summer tank top or something. And she said, yeah, you know, they're going to be really busy. Actually, they're sailing their boat up from Virginia to Camden together, just the two of them. So it's not like they're having like put your feet up type of vacation. They'll be working pretty hard for the next few days, but they do have a full day, you know, wherever they're landing in Virginia. And she was like, yeah, and I get to just be on the airplane by myself. I get to wait in the airport by myself. I'll have plenty of time to knit by myself.
Cherish
So,
those
yeah,
moments.
cherish those, love those little guys. But boy, is it a different experience to travel when you're not traveling with two little guys. Yeah,
Mhm.
nice time to knit.
I also got a fair amount of knitting done Friday because we had our music program that had a competition over in Springfield. They did music in the parks. So we took thank God it was coach buses. We took both coach buses, the 2.5 hours to Springfield, and I got a lot of knitting done on my way over. So that was good too. So it was a good weekend for that.
Nice. Oh, was that Springfield, Mass?
Yep. Then we went to so they perform in the morning and then they go to Six Flags for the day, rest of the day.
Oh, fun. That's
Yeah.
great.
They did really well. We're very proud of their progress. They got our band and our chorus both got the highest rating of superior, and our orchestra got an excellent. So
Wonderful.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And that's really like their first experience. They're sixth graders. So this is their like first experience with this kind of thing. They did our New York State School Music Association does what they call majors, where you go and you get evaluated and you get you get a score on your performance. And then this was competition where you're supposed to compete against other groups. We were the only elementary group there. So we got first in everything.
That's terrific. Goodness.
Well,
Congrats
and
to all
such,
the
yeah,
directors.
like such a good experience for them too, as
Great.
young musicians.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Great.
Watching a little cardinal courtship happening outside my window. Male is
Aw.
feeding the female.
Oh,
It's sweet.
That's awesome. Well, I just almost lost some brioche stitches off my needle.
Ooh.
Oh,
Caught them just in time. But the mohair actually helps because it keeps it, you know, the hairiness holds everybody together. We've been talking a little bit at the shop because, you know, in the summer we get so many, I mean, all year round, but especially in the summer, we get folks who come in and they're not necessarily knitters, they're wandering around town. We always get questions about kits, you know, kits for beginners. And we've talked about doing like learn to knit kits with like a simple pattern. And so we're getting serious about that this summer, which I think will be nice for the folks that pop in. And
Mhm.
we've got a couple ideas. One of them was a little simple mitt pattern, like fingerless mitts that's knit flat. That's a pattern Miranda designed and worsted weight. And then we were also thinking about like a knit flat, like triangle kerchief, really simple, maybe just garter, maybe a few yarn overs, but like pretty simple. And then, you know, you'd learn increasing. So that might be like your step 2, but you know, try to have everything in there, you know, your yarn already caked up, your needles, pattern. And I was thinking that it would be great to have like a single page at the back of the pattern with all of the tutorials that you would need if you need a refresher on X, Y, or Z. So that was fun to brainstorm some of that with Kristen and Miranda in our meeting this week.
Nice.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I
so
bet
in
you'd
your
sell a
kit,
lot.
of
Are
those.
you putting the needles in the kit as well?
Yeah, so
Nice.
literally it could be like a takeaway, you know, and we really, when Miranda was teaching the beginner learn to knit class, and also when I teach the brioche class, we love the Malabrigo worsted as such a great option. It's A, not that expensive. It's B, has that really soft plush feel, and because it's non-superwash, for brioche, it's great because you have that little extra fluff to hold on to itself so you don't lose your stitches when you invariably will make a mistake. But, you know, for those beginners where, you know, your needle might just slide right out and oops, it's okay because you can really see them because that worsted just holds its form so nicely. So probably be a cake of that and we'll have it all wound. And so if somebody could just grab it and go. So
Hats are good too, especially up there in the north. I've got a couple of hat patterns that are just so cute. I'll send you the link for them. I'm pretty sure they're on Ravelry. They've got just a little interesting detail around the brim, so it's not just a straight knitting. It's got a little, and I've made them up and everybody loves them. So I'll send you that link.
We're thinking of a hat too. The only reason why we're thinking knit flat first is just because it would be one needle size. You wouldn't have to have double points in there, which sometimes can be a little scary for people. But the hat would be great, and maybe that becomes if these go well, maybe we could get that going too.
Well, you
Yeah.
better get ready for the yarn cruise because you'll sell out on them if you have people coming in the shop. If you're gonna do it to be ready for July 1st.
Yep. No, I think we're definitely in the works with it. So yeah, that'll be fun new thing to have around. And again, it's nice when somebody comes in, they're really enthusiastic, like, oh my cousin was just saying that I should learn, and anyway. So
how's it working with those embroidery kits?
Well, so we have a few left in stock, but we haven't restocked. That's probably something that we should also be thinking about for the summer because everybody just loves a kit in the summer.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. I'm going to write down that note. Well, here we are, 6:01 already.
Wow.
That was way too fast.
Oh. So it's way too fast, always with you guys. Well, thanks for joining again. And next week we will have our finale. And so if I haven't gotten a photo from you and you would like to send in a love note photo, please send it along. I'll probably be finalizing it on Wednesday morning. So even if you need it all the way up to that point, I could squeeze it in, I'm sure. But anyway, it's been a great hour and I hope everybody has a good evening ahead of you.
Yes,
You too.
enjoy.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
See you next time.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.